in the world? Well, I mean, look, we're bodies. We're separate bodies in the world. And this is part of our belief system. We are separate. And even though we may have close family ties, even though we may feel like we got close friends, ultimately, and surely from time to time, we feel like we're alone. And this is part of the belief system. And this belief system of separation causes thoughts. Things seem to occur in the world. We have a thought about that thing that occurred. We're interpreting it, right? It's a thought. The thought generates a feeling. The feeling motivates action or inaction, depending. I mean, it could be action because we're going to respond, we're going to react, we're going to get in there. It could be frozen with fear. You know, I mean, it could be we're not going to do anything. But what this practice does is it allows us over time to go all the way back into that belief system and unknot all of those tangled cords so that we stop looping from one self-centered idea to another. And don't feel bad when I say self-centered idea. I'm not impugning your integrity. I'm not, saying you're a bad character. I'm saying the nature of the belief system is if you're alone, you can't be anything but self-centered. Anytime you think you're alone, that's self-centeredness. Anytime you're afraid you're not going to get what you want, that's self-centeredness. I mean, it's just the nature of it. That's what it is. So, and it's not like an indictment. It's just saying that's our condition. Let's get out of it. Let's go back to remembering that we are really connected to all life. And that's really the key, that we're really not alone. And of course, one of the things that has to go along with this is that we have to at least be able to say that, okay, even if you don't want to say that you're not a body, I'd like you to move in that direction, to be able to tell yourself that you're not a body, that you're spirit. But just if you can just start thinking about the fact that your body is not your whole identity, and start moving that consciousness of identity more and more towards spirit and less towards the body, that things will improve, things will change, things will get better. Because, and this is a number of teachers of the Course in Miracles will point this out, that even though we are improving the world, it's still not going to be as satisfying as our original condition, which is the oneness with God. But that doesn't mean that we can't improve the world. Right? I mean, somewhere along the line, somewhere along this progression, we're going to actually want to, with all of our hearts, with all of our souls, we are going to want to return to that original state of oneness with God. Just because you can't do it today, again, this doesn't mean that you are substandard. This doesn't mean that you are inferior in any way. It doesn't mean that it's just that at conscious level and subconscious level, you have decided that you're not ready to do that. The reason you've decided you're not ready to do that is that the world is still holding some promise that at multiple levels you think is more important than that. And it's okay. Because it's all going to turn out okay in the end. It's all going to be right in the end. We're all going to be there in the end. So I tell, this is one of the things about prayer and meditation. Pray for success. Pray for success in life. Pray for happiness in the material world. Go ahead, pray for it, meditate on it, see pictures. Put pictures on your refrigerator. Do conscious visualization of all these situations that you would like to have happen in your life. Go ahead and do that, and you'll find out that it works. And these things will start coming into your life, but you'll also find out that that's not enough. That even these things, so you can pray for whatever you want, and when it comes, and then you go, oh my God, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And don't be mad about it. Don't be upset. Just realize that all that happened was that you put your attention on something less than your true happiness. So then I'm going to talk about that for a minute, and then we'll get out of this thing. So true happiness comes from fulfilling our role in life. We can experience true happiness, and we can't experience it because we're still in the body and still in the material world, we will not experience we will not just go into happiness and just stay there, forever until we actually transition out of this thing, right? But we can experience it for moments. I remember there's this big thing in recovery programs. All the 12-step programs talk about this. They say you'll never be perfect. You'll never be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. And then of course there's human failings, this, that. We'll never be perfect. Well, it actually is true that in this world, in the material world, in the body, we're not going to be perfect all the time. But by doing this practice, we can have perfect moments. We can have moments of perfection where we actually feel that connection to this loving God. And as a result of that, we actually feel the connection to the other people in our lives, to those that come and go in our lives. So I'm going to just read this meditation, and it's for Wednesday. Maybe I'll talk a little bit as I do it. But I'm fulfilling my role. That's the affirmation. This is how we start the day. I am fulfilling my role. In the material world, we seem to have many roles. We may have taken on career, family, financial, athletic, spiritual, educational, sexual, hobbies. We have all of these roles that we're playing. And you could maybe think of some other roles that you're playing. But in reality, we only have one role. And that role is to be truly helpful. Now, this is the reason that we're here. The reason that we're in this, the reason we're in the world and the way out of the world is to learn how to be truly helpful. And actually it comes down to giving love. But so I'll go on. The ultimate role has been described as our life mission, our purpose for being, and even as the way to the fulfillment of our destiny. Now we're talking about in the world here. This purpose is compassionate. It is understanding. It is loving. This purpose forgives all of the perceived ugliness of the world. It forgives all of the hate, all of the fear, all of the anger, all of the anxiety, all of the upset, the sickness, the deprivation that we see. All of it. So this purpose that we have it's our job in order to escape the world, in order to escape the body, our job in the body is to forgive all of the things that we see in the world that cause suffering. To be the light of the world. To see ourselves as being the light of the world. And think about what Jesus said about this. Don't cover your light with a bushel. Let your light shine like the city on the side of a hill. So this is what we're going to shine. And this is the meditation we do every week at the end. We allow the light in us to shine. And it's a visualization. This is part of the practice, is to visualize ourselves beaming. Don't have to say anything. You actually don't have to do anything. Sometimes we're guided to do something, but don't have to do anything. All you have to do is see yourself as a beacon. See yourself as a light. And the light that you are shining is the light of love. And you just go through, so this is our task. This is the key to true happiness. To walk around the world, wherever you go, whoever you meet, whatever you do, to walk around the world, seeing yourself, visualizing yourself shining from the inside out, so that your light goes everywhere. It's amazing when you start doing this visualization how much better you feel no matter where you are. So I'm going to go on. How? To be the light of the world means we're going to shine away all of the false evidence of separation, because what this light does is it connects us to all the rest of life. So to shine this away, the role seems to be difficult, but it is only difficult if we believe that we have to do it on our own. If we believe that we are on our own. But we are never alone, because their divine presence is within us. And And I don't want to be confusing here, because I'm not saying the divine presence is in our body. I'm saying the divine presence is in our mind, which is really all there is anyway, is mind. So this divine presence is our strength. And it is actually our own true self. It is God expressing as us. And so this is where the power comes from to shine, is from this inner strength. So, okay. So, in order for us to accomplish our one true task, all we need to do is ask Spirit within, that divine part of us. We just need to ask our one true self to show us what to do. Now, so we established the idea that we're shining now, right? We're shining. We're just going through the world shining. And then we just relax and allow Spirit to guide us as to what we do with each interaction. So now, let's go to this idea of we got our perfect job. We actually sat down and we decided what we were going to be best at, and we moved in that direction. We got our perfect job, and we go to work, and we shine. We do the things we're good at. We do all those type of things, but we're shining too. So any of these upsets that come around, any of these setbacks that come around, we're just relaxed. We're just relaxed, and we're allowing Spirit to guide us as to what to do next. No worry, no fear. I'm not saying that worry and fear don't come into the mind. What I'm saying is, as soon as worry and fear come into the mind, we shine them away. We don't deny them. We don't sit on them. We don't shove them down. We acknowledge and shine them away. And allow Spirit to guide us in all the things that we do. Oh, but then some of us are going to say, I got to make a living. I can't just go and do what I want to do. I know what it is that I'd like to do, but I've got to make a living. I got to feed the family. I got to do this. Okay, that's fine. Keep going to that job. Do the same thing. Shine. Go into that job and shine. Go into that job and allow Spirit to guide you as to what to do next. And it'd be amazing what'll happen. People won't even believe it's the same person that just came to work. They'd be like, what the hell? Don't tell anybody this is what you're doing, because they'll think you're nuts. Just do it. And really, it's best if you don't have any conversation about it at all, except to just keep doing it. So we shine wherever we go. And so we just go about our normal days. So here's the key to this. You don't have to change anything as far as your daily activities. You don't have to change anything about what you do and your habits of what you do. If you get up in the morning and you pray, I would suggest that if you don't get up in the morning and pray, that's a change you should make. Get up in the morning and pray. Even if you start doing it when you're still laying flat on the bed, that's what I do. I just start right then. Because the fear thoughts come right then. All the worry, anxiety comes. I say, wait a minute, hold them up here right now. I surrender to the power of God within me and all around me. Right now. And then start moving through the day and do whatever activities that you do during the day, except you do them with this new idea, that I am here to be truly helpful. I am here to do the will of Him who sent me, which is God, okay? I'm here to be truly helpful. And fulfilling this purpose is the thing that will lead to true and lasting happiness. And when I say lasting, you'll have happiness for like 3, 4, 5 minutes in a row without being interrupted by the distracting thoughts. And those 3, 4, 5 minutes in a row will start growing into, oh yes, I'm telling you, you can reach an hour. You could be happy. You could be totally, totally happy for an hour. Longer. Just practice. It's all within us, and we get to decide what to do. So we do whatever we do in the material world, and what starts happening is that as we listen to guidance and do what we're guided to do in each moment and situations, then we are automatically, it just happens automatically when we're doing this. We don't have to worry about what to do because we're being guided. What happens is we are fulfilling our true role. Plus, all those goals that you have for all those other roles that I was reading. So you're fulfilling your one true role, being truly helpful, and then amazingly, all of those ancillary goals that now you think are more important than your one true role are fulfilled also. And that's happy. That's enough.